Ashley, it's great to be talking to you today. Congratulations on winning Big Brother.
Thank you so much, and I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Have to represent, have to represent.
Yes.
Um, I know it's only been a little while, but has there any been thoughts to what you're going to do with the money?
Oh my gosh, I know I keep getting that question. So I think obviously some of it I'll definitely, give, to take care of my parents, whatever they
Right.
need. I'm sure they'll try to reject the money, but I'm going to try to do what I can to make them take and accept it. And definitely just use it as an investment. I think I will buy a condo or something. And once I get a new job or once I decide what I want to do, necessarily, because I don't know if I necessarily want to go back to law right now. I think I
Right.
really want to take advantage of the opportunities in front of me, whether it's in the reality TV space or the, traditional acting space or Broadway even, because I sing and act and I've done musicals,
Wow.
my whole life. So yeah, I think I'm open to all paths.
Now that must have been a hard decision. Take us back, like you quit your job to be on Big Brother. What factors went into that? Because most people wouldn't be able to do that.
Yes, definitely. It was a tough decision. I
Right.
really did have to battle with the thought because I thought I was going to be able to get a leave and then I wasn't able to. And so they really wanted me to stay, obviously, at, where I was at,
Yeah.
because I really got along with my team. I truly did. And I really did like working there. But I felt like I had to go for my dreams, and this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I can always
Right.
go back to whether it's that law firm, or, another law firm if that's what I decide I want to do. I have
Yeah.
the degree, and nobody can take my degree away from me. But
Right.
I knew that it just felt something about it felt right, and now I know why.
Now, your final finale speech, the real focus was on loyalty, that you were
Mhm,
loyal to the people, and no doubt you were.
mhm.
And that was in stark contrast to Vince's game. Did that resonate? Did you hear back from the jury? Did that resonate with them?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I saw when I said I turned enemies into allies and my counterpart turned allies into enemies. The jury, I saw them visibly. Some of them, yeah, like they were like, "Oh shoot, like she is cooking," and that's when I knew I felt like I was gonna take it home. I could see the reactions, especially when he did his speech. I could see a couple of the jurors were not liking it. So that also helped. Having those public speaking skills, from being an attorney definitely came clutch in that moment. That's for sure.
Now, looking at your game, the game you played, is there anything you wish you would have done different, whether it was a vote, whether it was whatever? Is there anything you would change?
I would change showering in Vinny's room. That's for sure. But you know what? I actually wouldn't because that was great TV, I'm sure. Getting that clutch veto win, it
Yeah,
really changed the trajectory of my game and others' game. I mean, everybody thought that I was going to be the first one out because it was
right.
easy. It's easy. Week one, people are always looking for that easy route.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't let them have it. And here I am today, Big Brother winner. And it just shows that you never give up. And underdogs stand up. Underdogs can come through and clutch wins. I mean, we saw it during Taylor's season. She
Yeah.
played an amazing game and she was a target week one. So anything is possible. And I hope this inspires people that even when your back is against the wall, you have to keep fighting. If you have a goal and you have a mission, go to set out to accomplish that mission, no matter what.
Now we obviously have to speak about the elephant that's in the room. There's many, critics were saying that it wasn't necessarily a vote for you to win, it was a vote against Vince. What is your argument against that?
My argument against that is that, mainly people were saying that I necessarily didn't deserve to win. I felt like because of my competition skills. But here's the
Right.
thing there are many people in the house who were targets week after week, and it wasn't because of their competition skills. Morgan's my bestie, but, she didn't win a comp until day 54, but she was
Right.
targeted multiple times. We saw it with Jimmy, Keanu, and Rachel, she was targeted. And you also have players like Ava who only won one competition, or, I mean, yes, she won the safety, but I mean, as we all saw, Will did throw her that HOH, and she was still seen as a target. So I think that just speaks to my social game. I was able to become, minimize my threat completely. And there were plenty of people who tank their own social games. I mean, you saw it with Mickey, you saw it with Jimmy.
Right.
It wasn't because of competition wins. That was because of their social game. So that's
Yeah,
what I
and
have
that's what
critically.
many people say as well, is the social aspect does make a difference because again, Morgan didn't get close. She was a very strong competitor, but she didn't have the bonds that you had, the in-depth bonds you had with the other house guests, and that eventually kind of cost her in the end when it came to that final competition. Now, it must have been a good thing and probably also a bad thing that Rachel was in your corner the whole time because again, she was a big target in the house. How
Yeah.
much did it mean to have her in your corner? And what did you learn from her?
Oh my gosh, having Rachel in my corner was truly an amazing feeling. I mean, she is an amazing, strong woman. She's extremely intelligent. She's powerful, and she's also a very down to earth person. So, on a personal level, it was just nice having someone like that in the house and to be your bestie.
Yeah.
And I think on a game level, there were sometimes it was hard to align,
Right.
with Rachel. She knows that because sometimes she would make emotional moves. I mean, Vinny gave her crucial game information that Keanu was coming after her, and
Yeah.
she went and told Keanu, and that almost got her on the block, that week on Vince's HOH. And so, there were moments when I was like, Rachel, like, no. But also, Rachel's someone who doesn't care. She's someone who is confidently herself. She walks in that presence, she owns it, and she knows she can dig her way out of it, because she's a strong social player. So seeing her dig herself into holes and dig herself right back out really inspired me that, you got to just keep pushing and you can rely on your social game to move forward in the game, no matter what mistakes you make.
Now, one of the big controversies this season, as you're probably finding out, was the relationship between Morgan and Vince. I mean, some people even took it to the extreme of calling it a cheat match. You were with them the whole time, and you even said to Morgan, like at the beginning, I kind of wasn't sure what was going on here. What is your opinion of everything that happened in there? Because you were really close to it more than we were.
Yes. I was extremely close with Morgan.
Yeah.
Listen, she tells me, she truly didn't feel, I will say this, she truly didn't feel like she did anything wrong. She felt
Right.
like they were just friends,
Right.
and Morgan also, I know, is a very touchy-feely person in general. I mean, she's rubs my back and she rubbed my hair multiple times and put me to sleep basically. Damn near, like that is just her nature. She's a very
Right.
nurturing person. Now whether Vinny had more feelings than that, to be determined. I think so. I mean, I think just the way he looked at her, the way he listened to her, the way he played her game,
Right.
I think it was a little more than a friendship because on his end, because me and Rachel were a very strong duo, but I didn't play her game.
Right.
I didn't make her decisions. Shoot, had I gotten picked for OTEP and won that veto, I would have used it to take one of her nominees off the block. Because that wasn't good for my game for Morgan to be on the block or Mickey at that time. Matter of fact, so I think there's a fine line. I think it's more on Vince because he's the one in the relationship and he knows that relationship. I
Right.
know they're long distance, so maybe they're not as serious. I really don't know what that case is. I really wasn't that close with Vince.
Right.
Um, I was very close with Morgan, and I do know her heart, and she has very pure intentions. So I can only speak to Morgan and saying that I don't think she even thought anything twice of it. Vinny, he knows he's in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the looks that he gave her and the I love yous. Like, yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Messy.
For sure. Now, one final question. What do you want viewers and fans to take away from your win, especially?
Yes. Well, one, underdogs. And two, I think it just shows you the power that you are in control of your own destiny. You truly
Right.
are. You may think that your back is against the wall. You may think you can't accomplish something, you can't do something, but you got to pick yourself up and try. And you got to keep going because you don't know where that path may lead. It may lead to a dead end, it may not. You'll never know if you don't try. And I think I was someone who could have given up early on because I really had an uphill battle after week one, even after taking myself off. People had already started working together, and I was a beat behind just because of where I was at with the scandal. And people don't want to be aligned with the biggest targets in the house necessarily week one,
Mhm.
because they don't know if you're just going to continue to go on the block, and then if you're on the block, you're not a resource to them.
Yeah.
So I think it just shows that you gotta keep pushing. You gotta see. You gotta if there is a little crack open in anything, whether it's a goal, ambition, dream, or in this instance, the game. With relationships, you gotta take a crowbar and you gotta wedge it open as much as you can, and you gotta get in there. And yeah, I think I just showed that anything is possible and never give up. Your setback is just leading to your next comeback.